The world didn't know Henry's name, but if you ever walked through the glass doors of the Rosemont, you knew his smile. He was the first to greet you and the last one to see you leave. His presence was steady, like the rhythm of the city itself, but lately, even the steady rhythm had begun to change. It started one morning when Henry noticed something strange. A tenant, a young woman named Clara, was standing in the lobby, tears trickling down her face. He didn't ask why, he just simply opened the elevator door, offered her a handkerchief, and nodded. That's all it took. The next day, she left a note for him at the desk. It read, "Thank you for seeing me." Henry folded it gently and tucked it into his jacket pocket. It joined dozens of other notes, letters, and scribbles from people who'd been touched by the doorman who never stopped serving. He'd learned that sometimes the greatest ministry wasn't preaching in a pulpit, it was standing quietly at a door and choosing kindness over curiosity. Word eventually spread that Henry's secret, the lottery ticket, had changed his life. Some tenants whispered about it, and others wanted to know why he still worked. Then one afternoon, the building manager called him into the office. They offered him early retirement, full benefits, a plaque on the wall, a polite exit from the lobby he'd guarded for 2 decades. Henry smiled. He didn't refuse the honor, but he didn't accept it either. Because what no one understood was this: the door wasn't just a job, it was a calling. Every greeting, every good morning was an act of worship. He had found peace in the ordinary and purpose in the unnoticed. One winter morning, the city was quiet under fresh snow. Henry stood by the door, his reflection faint in the glass, watching the world blur into white. Behind him, the marble lobby glowed with warm light, empty, still, holy in its own way. He whispered a prayer only God could hear. If this door ever closes, let it be because you've opened another one. Months had passed. Then one day, as Henry sat in church, the same modest pew he'd sat in for years, the pastor announced a new outreach initiative. They needed volunteers to open a shelter for the city's homeless, right in the neighborhood where Henry worked. Henry smiled. He didn't need to pray about it. He already knew. Where others saw a new opportunity, he saw a familiar door. He began spending his evenings there, greeting men and women with tired eyes, offering them food, warmth, and a place to rest. He didn't tell them he'd once been rich. He only told them that God still opens doors. And one by one, they began to believe it. Years later, when Henry finally retired from the Rosemont, the tenants gathered to say goodbye. They gave him a card filled with signatures and a photograph. The lobby filled with smiling faces, but inside the envelope was one more note, unsigned, and it said, "Because of you, I kept believing that good people still exist." Henry read it quietly, then looked up at the tall glass doors one last time. He smiled, because now he finally understood. It was never really his door. It had always belonged to the one who opened it first. Maybe you've been standing faithfully at your own door, showing up, serving, waiting, wondering if anyone even notices. But the truth is, heaven has seen every act of quiet faith, every unseen kindness, every door you've held open when no one said thank you. Because in God's eyes, faithfulness is never wasted. Every humble act of love builds a kingdom that never fades. So keep showing up, keep opening doors. And when the time comes, He'll open one for you too, one that never closes. Friend, thank you for walking with me. Always remember to listen to His voice and believe that He still walks beside you, one step at a time.